I'm gonna give you a little bit of insight on who Michaela is, and I think that that's best described by us playing a clip. So check it out.
Under Harrison Biden, the average Georgia household is losing $1,060 per month, and inflation is at 21.4%. And due to the war on energy, average gas prices have reached record highs for the state. We also did a poll, and 80% of us Black Americans are not happy with the current state of the economy, so I'm going to need 80% of y'all to vote accordingly in November. They love me. They love me. They really love me.
You have so much personality, and I don't know where you get that from because I would say that most people are very, very afraid of public speaking or they freeze up when they get in front of a large crowd. When you got the word that you would have an opportunity to speak at the rally, what was your initial feeling?
It wasn't even that I got the word, Mr. Daniels. I called and asked. I said, y'all bring a big T to the A. Ain't no way I'm not speaking. So what are the odds that I could go ahead and give a little speech, bring a few remarks? And literally within 5 minutes, I got a text back. They were like, 1 second, let me check. Like 2-3 minutes later, they were like, it's a hell yes. And
Really?
nobody was like, what are you gonna write? Nobody was like, do you need any help? Like they literally fully entrusted me to get up there and do my thing. They had no idea what I was about to get up there and do. And then, what's so funny is the only thing they asked of me was that I keep it between 3 and 5 minutes. And when you read the speech just like normally, you get right to like 4:47. So they let
Mm.
me slide. After I said the Willie Brown thing, with all the pauses and stuff, I had 26 seconds left.
Yeah.
But I'm looking, I'm feeling the energy in the crowd. I'm like, shoot, Secret Service gonna have to come get me. And what's wrong with being patriotic? And like, they
Yeah.
loved it. Like, yeah, I just knew that was my moment, so I took it. I used to
Yeah.
watch Honey
Yeah.
growing up, and I'll never forget Cedric the Entertainer telling me to kick down the door so opportunity doesn't have to knock. So yeah, a lot of people will work a lot of years to get up to that stage, and me, bow, hello, hey y'all, hi.
Yeah, you got personality. That's crazy. And you the same way on the phone when I talk to you and all of that. I can't wait to kick it with you in person. But let me ask you
Oh, I
another
love
question.
Detroit. I love Detroit. So me too.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring you to the city. But let me ask you another question. I'm sure that you've gotten a lot of good feedback, a lot of negative feedback. If you can segment it out and tell me what type of feedback you've gotten from what demographic, whether it be woman, man, black, white, older, younger, what would you say that the feedback has been since you've kind of kicked down the door and made a name for yourself and letting people know who you've always been, but now they just now discovering you? What type of feedback are you getting from what demographic?
So lucky for me, like I've been in this game helping people win elections, making sure students get the information for like 7 years now.
Mm-hmm.
So that goes across any partisan line. So Democrats, Republicans, Independents, Libertarians, anybody who's been trying to get elected, I'm like, all right, you deserve to have people know that you're running and they should know what you're running on, and you deserve the opportunity to explain to people why you deserve to win this seat. So, of course, primarily my personal values align more with conservatism and like conservative policies. But living in a place like Atlanta, you'll have a lot of Republicans run as Democrats or as independents simply to win.
Mm,
Hmm.
that makes sense.
So, yeah. So, when all of this happened, nobody was surprised. Like nobody was like, Kayla, what you doing out there with Trump? They was more like, oh dang, you really just met him? You been saying you was gonna do that. Like
Mm-hmm.
I have called this into existence like since 2018. So it's the rest of the world is surprised, but like nobody around me was surprised. Now when it comes to this newfound popularity or fame or clout or whatever the hell you call this is that I got right now, um, I hate to say it, but like white people love me. And black people can't wait to tell me that I suck as a black person. And I'm like, well, good golly, god damn it. I'm up here for y'all. I'm giving y'all the facts. Like, and given in that speech, I made sure to address all of America because I didn't know if I would be doing too much and they might not ever let me speak again.
Yeah.
But like, the first half of the speech was directed towards Black America. Like, we got to stop falling into this narrative about racism or what did he mean by that? Because like he is the common sense candidate. Like, you know good and well what he meant by that. You know, you guys just want to stir up drama for the sake of engagement. So it's very like, it's saddening, you know, because again, publicly, black people will act like, oh, this is so awful. You see like Roland Martin and Plies and Joy Reid doing all of these specials and think pieces about me and sitting up in front of their phone camera talking about how misguided I am,
Yeah.
as if I haven't, like, in every interview you see, I support the Second Amendment because of this. I'm not necessarily a proponent of abortion because of this. I think that, you know, the border crisis is a problem because of this. Like, how in the world are you gonna tell me I'm misguided, girl? I go outside and I see like life in real time. Like, I was in Chicago during the DNC.
Yep.
So while y'all are over here talking about we're doing a great job, America, Americans 2 blocks down were like, we're suffering, everything is awful, and we're not a priority right now. Like, everybody is suffering from these America last agendas. And black people, and that's why I pointed out, like, publicly, folks act like they don't like me. And it's like really big voices acting like something's wrong with me, right? But when I go out to these communities, like I'm doing a barbershop talk tomorrow, I did one yesterday, and it's like, Trump is not hated in the black community. Trump is heavily supported in the black community. A lot of people are disappointed with the Biden Harris administration and therefore do not trust a Harris Walz administration. Like, the on ground experience is vastly different than what I've experienced on social media. So, in the midst of all this, it's above all else, it's given me a greater understanding of like, ooh, how nasty politics can
Yeah.
get, and you know how the media really can control a narrative. Like, the media can really make you hate a person. The media can make you ugly. Like, the fact that they always have Trump with this scrunched up face and the pouty lips. Like, when me and my 15 students went and had dinner with that man, he did not look like that. And that was one of the most starking things that a student told me on the way out was, Kayla, like, he doesn't even look like how they make him look on TV. He doesn't act like that. Like, whoa. And they're like, I think if more people got to experience him in that way, then the making a decision in November would be that much easier. But unfortunately, you know, he's battling the machine. And you know, when you go against the machine, people look at you sideways.
Yep.
And it's really sad how, just as black people, like, we could talk, like, it's just really sad how, like, as black people, we are so defensive when it comes to doing better.
Mhm.
And it starts on a small scale. Like, you got moms not wanting you to tell their kids to stop cussing. Don't tell me what to do. You feel me? So
Mhm.
now, you know, what does that translate to when you look at it on a larger scale as a large group? What the hell you mean you voting for a Republican? Like, if there's a general consensus that you are right and like you do for you and like what it is that you know is all you're supposed to know, I can't get mad at people for being the way they are, but I am sad at the fact that even after all these years, folks haven't like looked up for a second to be like, oh dang, maybe I've been lied to. You know, like I specifically go to the hood and I'd be like, how long has this been the hood? You know? And folks will tell me like this neighborhood used to be thriving, da 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 da, and then you know the drugs came and the guns came and the police left and now it's nothing. And yet, when you look at the history of these communities, these cities are run by Democrats,
Yep.
black ones at that.
Yep.
So, how did you let your people, you know, live in this neighborhood, thrive in this neighborhood, and then you watch the deterioration of said neighborhood and you did nothing about it? Yeah, all these politicians over these areas, their net worth goes up,
Yep.
which
Absolutely.
is interesting because the property values are going down. So it right there, that should let you know where the money is going. Yet
Mhm.
for whatever reason, that's not enough. It's not enough to convince some people that a Republican might do a better job.